Hello, today is day 228 of Project 365. The date is the 16th of August 2026. Where do I even start today? I always have an epiphany with things, just living through my life, and I'm always comparing myself to so many other successful people out there because it's so easy to nowadays with social media and everything. I keep on telling myself to stay in my own lane, just to focus on my own path and everything, but it's always so difficult to do that because it's so accessible. It's just so easy to see how people are doing nowadays. So I'm just constantly doubting myself. But I also just can't neglect the work I've been putting in for myself and the consistency of showing up every day. You know, whether it be in the gym, whether it be continuing to work on myself progressively, and I know I'm still young, but there's so much I want out of life, and I feel like I'm not even doing enough. If I just fuck up a day, my whole life's over, or I mess up my future. I don't know. I just feel like I'm not. I have so much to do, or I need to do so much just to become better, and I do. But I'm always so impatient as well because I just need to take time and just slowly work through it. That's why I was trying to compare myself last year to see where I was and how what I was doing, and to see myself in that position. And it felt really weird because at least last year I was out chasing something. I was consistently progressing. But this year it looked completely different, and I was just thinking about that. How maybe I've gone a completely different path and not the way I expected. And I don't know. I always consider if I derailed my year because I didn't put enough work in, or I just completely neglected my responsibilities or my tasks. But then I realized maybe this is for the better. This maybe you know it's things that I never expected could happen for the better, for the worse. If I just look at it from a different perspective, of course I'm still working, and I just have to count my blessings, right? And I still need to be patient with myself as well. But I keep the moment I don't do something, I just feel like it's gonna mess up my long term. But I need to realize that long term is longer, and I underestimate how much I can do in the longer term and overestimate what I can do in the short term. But as long as I keep on putting in effort day in and day out, and by effort I mean just going at it and putting myself out there, not even just putting myself out there, just doing the action day in day out, even if it's just very rudimentary, even if it's basic and it doesn't feel like anything, at least you showed up. It's about showing up for yourself, even if it doesn't feel like it means anything. That's what I did for the gym, and it's been 6 years, and I think I'm doing all right. But that just means I can't. But that doesn't mean I can just stop and just be satisfied with it. And this year, I need to keep on showing up for myself in the ways I want it to be, and I promised myself this year that I do more different things, and I'm already expecting them to have a result when it's not even been 1 year yet when I'm trying to change my life. It's not even rushing the process, it's just feeling like I'm not moving forward when I know there's so much behind the scenes, but there's so much things gonna setting in motion that I don't know about yet. And it just feels so intimidating because life's moving fast and it's already almost what it just, it's already more than half the year, and I wonder if anything really happened. But discipline feels like ass in the short term, but pays off in the long term. There's a saying. I'm trying to think of a saying. I heard it from somewhere, but basically saying, it's just not even about the reward. It's about going through the actions day in day out, and the journey there, and sticking by what you need to do, and committing to yourself no matter what. Even through that, and even when I miss those days or I feel lazy too, as long as I don't make it a habit or I don't consistently do it, as long as I get back on track, it's gonna be okay because people make mistakes and mistakes happen, but it's about staying. It's about not letting it stay and not letting it become a habit. You know, I'm trying to think of that quote again. Yeah, like discipline feels like ass until you can see what it can do long term, something like that. If I figure it out, I'll say it on the next videos, on the next days. But yeah, and it's just a mind boggler because I want to do so much and I have so much ambition, but I feel so hindered by where I am, and I have to make the most of what I have. But I guess I have to start looking at things from a different perspective, and see and look at things from a third person to see how far I really am going from what it was last year. But like I said, here I am, and here I stand. Ah, shit. And as long as I keep on making these videos, I know I'm doing something right. I know I'm making some progress, at least. And I'm just glad to be here. I'm just glad I'm still trying with these videos no matter what. And that's all I can say. I have an output for these videos somehow, and eventually they will stack up and continue, right? But that's it for today. All right, that's it for today. Stay humble, stay hungry, stay faithful, stay dedicated.